Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. This is a controversial one, another one of my controversial ones. As I often say, I don't mean to offend anyone on the channel, but I do wish to be honest and cover some controversial topics. And I suppose oftentimes people say white male privilege and things like that, or male privilege even. And I was thinking of having an alternative sort of view. I mean, obviously, you don't have to agree with me. You can always feel free to disagree. So I hope any women out there, not or females generally, are not offended, or people generally are not too offended by my opinions or having a different opinion, like free speech and all that. I talk about free speech, and I try and always welcome any comments in the comment section. But I had a bit of time to kill, so to speak, while I wait for my dinner. So, anywho, yeah. So I was thinking, like, a lot of people talk about male privilege, but I thought I'd, as I say, look at it from the alternative point of view. And I think, and I was thinking, like, mainly, especially on Fridays, I wish to cover, like, or at least one Friday, I wish to cover, like, female privilege. But with my alliterations, I said women's privilege. And as I say, they say white men's privilege or white male privilege. And I thought, so I'm going around in circles perhaps. But so yeah, so I'm not going to make this like my list video where I make like 30-point lists broken up into 3 videos. I'm just going to say, but obviously this would be easier to list rather than. Obviously, it's going to be a list of things which I think are privileges that women have. Like I was thinking, if you look at a lot of YouTubers, for instance, attractive women YouTubers, I think they probably get a lot more than many male YouTubers, and I suppose it is strange, like some of the top YouTubers in terms of success seem to be male, but sometimes I think a woman probably wouldn't need a huge amount of talent just to get, if you like, thirsty guys. Obviously, that's not their fault as such, the women's fault or the guys' fault for being thirsty, but thirsty, or whatever you want to call it. But I think that's a privilege, like that you can use your appearance to get to get things like jobs, like modeling jobs, or get a lot of jobs which pay quite a lot, or you get guys to buy things, A.T.M, like attention, time, money, which I've talked about before. So I do think there are female privileges, and I say I don't want to slag anyone off. I think I really thought about this, because I probably thought about it quite a few times. But like I was thinking, like, and again, I don't want to slag anyone off because obviously they're just doing what they do. But I was thinking like a YouTuber like Bella Delphine, or how you pronounce her name, or someone like that, who gets like millions of views. And I mean, I've not really seen much of her YouTube videos, but I think a lot of people probably say that she doesn't really do a huge amount of talented stuff. Or but again, people might disagree and say that her content is more interesting or whatever. But I was saying, like, if you're an attractive female, I'm sure you can, or attractive woman, you know, you can probably get loads of viewers. I think people call them orbiters, or people like that, thirsty males, or whatever you want to call them. So you can get quite a lot of views, I think, much easier, I'm sure, than say an attractive male, or whatever. If an attractive male will get any extra views, probably not that many compared to attractive women. So I think that's one of the privileges. And I think other things like like if a woman doesn't have a job, or she loses her job, or even if she doesn't have a job in the first place, like, I think that's quite an advantage, especially in the economy the way it is now. I think for young lads it's really difficult, because obviously you're expected to be the pride and get a job, but obviously it's much harder with the market being the way it is, especially if you've got a learning disability, or a physical disability, or any sort of disability or problem, even a mental illness, or especially mental illness, or a heart problem or something like that. So anyway, as ever, I'd love to know what you think. I can't really think of much else to say, but yeah, I think like you can use your looks to get by, and also like not having to worry about having a job. So here are the things I think it'd be easier to like list a sort of number of things before I end the video. But I think like 1, not having to worry about having a job. 2, not having to worry about keeping a job. 3, not having to pay for so many things. 4, being able to make a career on things like YouTube. I'm sure it'd be a lot easier if you're an attractive woman, female, or whatever. Also, you know, there's going to be a lot of guys who watch content made by females. So yeah, things like that. And I think, yeah. So, like, say for instance, another thing is like, people say you can hit a male, but you're not supposed to hit women. So another thing is like, if you're in a club, uh, or in a place, and you got really cheeky, if you got really mouthy, I think you get away with that. So, like, to me, there's lots of privileges that I see women having, which is fine. Obviously, it's not their fault, but I'm just saying that I think it's strange. I'm just giving the alternative opinion to what a lot of people say about male privilege, especially white male privilege, and like having an alternative view. But yeah, like for me, like getting loads of attention, time, and money, and things like that from other people. Like if I had a choice between, like, if I was treated like a male or a female, probably I think I'd definitely rather be treated like a female, to be honest. But yeah, if mixed race people, like mutts as they call us, like, were treated. Um, and I was saying about how it's like especially white females, because especially white women, because maybe women of color might not even have many of those privileges either. So yeah, so I'd love to know what you think. Like, which groups do you think have the most privilege, if any? And do you think white privilege, or male privilege, or white male privilege especially, is like a myth, or do you think it's real, or do you think it's true? Or so I'd love to see your comments about, like, sort of things that you deem to be white male privilege, like, or male privilege generally, or things like that. If you deem any, some of them might be natural things, like. But I think in terms of rules or something like that, if someone said, "I'm going to treat you like a woman," I don't think it would be that bad. But if you're a bloke, obviously they'd probably say, people would probably slag you off for being treated like a woman, or for behaving like a woman. Or but if you're a woman, obviously you'd be expected to behave like that, probably. So, and like, as I say, if I don't go on dates, but if I did, I'd probably rather be treated like a woman. But anyway, I'd love to know what you think. Hope I wasn't too offensive or anything like that, but just sharing that honest opinions.